This is another class of IT support playlist. I'm Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor, and in this class, I'm going to guide you about most common problem related to domain client connection. You guys are aware about sometimes we are not able to convert our machine from workgroup to domain. We are getting an error like the domain that we are trying to connect, which is not available, right? So in this class, I'm going to guide you everything. What are the prerequisites that you need to keep in your mind while converting any machine from workgroup to domain like Windows 10 or Windows 11. So let me tell you about the prerequisite, and after that will help you practically how we can resolve the issue. So if we talk about setup, so I have already established one server 2019, and in our server 2019 I already established one domain controller with name of class cloud.com, right? This is cloud.com, created multiple users like GCP, AWS, Telnet, n number of users that I have already created in my domain controller. The another machine which is available in workgroup, Windows 11 machine available, but unfortunately this machine is in workgroup. Let me find it. Open CMD and open the properties of our machine like sysdm.cpl. So if we check, the machine is available in workgroup and our responsibility to make it part of domain controller. So what are the things that you need to keep in your mind? First of all, check the IP address of your domain controller, IP config. The IP address of our domain is 192.168.1.100. And what about the IP address of our client computer? Let me verify the IP address of our client machine as well. CMD and check IP config. The IP address that we are getting, which is totally different, 192.168.152.147. This is another IP address, another range of IP address for our client computer. So definitely we are not able to communicate to each other. Let me use ncpa.cpl and it will redirect us on the page of Ethernet properties. Open properties and configure IPv4. Provide manual IP address according to the IP address that you provided to domain controller. 192.168.1.101 because 100 is IP address of our root domain controller, right? And what will be the preferred DNS? 1.100 because the 100 IP address be provided to our domain. 8.8 we don't have alternate domain controller in the environment, so that's why we are going to use 8.8.8 as a preferred alternate DNS IP address. We successfully configured manual IP address in our client machine, and this is the IP address of our domain controller. Check communication, ping 192.168.101 and verify the communication. Unfortunately, right, I'm not able to ping from domain to client, and let me check with the client to domain. Both are not able to communicate. In this situation, if I try to convert my machine from workgroup to domain, definitely will get an error. So what types of error you will get? Open sysdm.cpl, change and click on domain. What is your domain name? The domain name is cloud.com. I'm just going to type cloud.com. If both machines are not communicating to each other, then let's wait. It will give us an error that your client machine is not able. See, an Active Directory domain controller ADDS for domain cloud.com could not be contacted. Ensure that domain name is typed correctly. If the name is correct, click details and proceed for troubleshooting. So our agenda, we make sure both machines must be communicate to each other. So how we can do that? Let me turn off the firewall because the setup that I'm currently using, which is available on VMware Workstation, and in case of VMware Workstation, mandatory to turn off your firewall. I successfully turn off the firewall and let me check it again. Same with domain controller, please turn off firewall.cpl. Fine. So we already turned off the firewall, but unfortunately still we are not able to communicate. So what you need to do, please check the network. Right click on your virtual machine, go to the settings, under the setting click on network adapter. Client machine is available on NAT, okay. And what about domain controller? The domain controller computer is configured with bridge. Make sure bridge connection, in the sense you are going to coordinate with your ISP, means whenever we create virtual machine and put their Ethernet as a bridge, your Wi-Fi router will provide a DHCP IP address to machine. In case of NAT, the system will automatically generate their own IP address. So do one thing, I'm going to configure both the machines in NAT, right? And let me change the IP settings. I don't want to use, let me check which type of IP address we are getting in NAT. CMD IP config ncpa.cpl, right click, go to the properties and check and make it automatic. I want to check which IP address range we are getting, 192.168.1.52.148. So same IP address I am going to use and configure for our domain controller machine. IPv4, configure 192.168.152.148, 192.168.152.2 and 192.168.152.148 as a preferred, alternate 8.8.8. This is the IP address for our domain controller. Fine. So we are using NAT connection to provide communication between each other, ncpa.cpl, and same range of IP address let me configure in our second machine. Because it's mandatory, both the machines must be available in same network and same range of IP address, 192.168.152.150, 192.168.152.2, this is the gateway, and 192.168.152.148, this is the preferred DNS, and alternate DNS will be 8.8.8, right? So we just need to configure it. Now we successfully configure both the IP address using NAT and verify the communication. Let me ping it again, 192.168.152.148. This is the IP address of our domain controller, right? And cross communication, ping 192.168.152.150 for client. Can we check and try to convert it? And again back to the client machine, sysdm.cpl, cloud.com. It will give you user ID and password, and in this particular page you need to provide the password, username and password of your domain controller. If everything is okay, then definitely we'll able to convert our machine from work group to the domain. Still in progress, you have to wait for a few more minutes until we'll get the kind of welcome to the cloud.com, the notification welcome to the cloud.com. Welcome to the cloud.com. It means that we successfully converted our machine from work group to the domain. I hope everyone okay with the steps that we use to convert our machine from work group to domain. Now let's talk about the problem why user not able to convert machine from work group to domain. This is really important for everyone. We should know about the cause, we should know about the reason, our point why we are not able to convert machine from work group to domain. This is domain cloud.com, and that we established on server 2019, right? We successfully established a domain controller on server 2019, another machine based on Windows 10 or maybe Windows 11. And few things that you need to keep in your mind. Number one, check connection, right? This is really important. Connection in the sense both machine must be communicate to each other. Number second, window must not be basic or home edition, right? It is not applicable if you are using basic or home edition of operating system for Windows 10 or 11. You are not authorized to convert it from workgroup to domain. Number third, timing between domain machine and client PC must be same, right? The both machine must be available with same timing. And number 4, all FISMO roles must be live, right? Because what happens sometimes if you transfer few FSMO role to the additional domain controller, and unfortunately additional domain controller is down due to any reason, then it will create a problem to convert. And number 5th, make sure client PC name must not conflict to any another computer, must not conflict to other PC. So these 5 points you need to keep in your mind to troubleshoot the problem related to the domain join error. I hope everyone okay with the steps that we used to convert our machine from workgroup to domain, and what are the issues maybe you face in case of converting machine from workgroup to domain. Do subscribe, stay tuned with Teach Me Cloud. We are going to connect on Friday and discuss more about the troubleshooting, and those troubleshooting will definitely help you to resolve real-time tickets. Take care guys, bye bye.